Yeah, we're picking up the miracle kitten. We're on our way to go get Lazarus right now, bringing him home with us.
Can you hear him purring?
Okay, guys, so you can tell by the title of this video, it's gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a hard video to share with you guys. It's a hard one for us to share the news with you, and it's gonna be hard for a lot of you to hear and to watch. But we do want to update everyone on what is going on here in our house. It's been a rough couple of days. A lot of you know that we have a miracle frozen kitten. He's called Lazarus, and he was made kind of internet famous by the way he came into our lives and into this world. He was found frozen in the snow and performed an absolute miracle. My brother brought him back to life by nursing him to health in front of a fireplace. Really, by all accounts, performed a miracle in bringing this lifeless kitten back to life, and he immediately just blew up, became internet famous, was the sweetheart of everybody's household, and everybody fell in love with him. That is our kitten. So some of you might not know that, some of you might not know that that is our cat, Lazarus. Recently, in the past couple of days, he wasn't acting himself. It was actually just like one night, he just was acting kind of funny.
He was acting a little strange. We weren't really sure what was going on. I made a call into the vet. I had talked about some of the symptoms that he was having. It seemed that he was having a hard time going to the bathroom, maybe that he was constipated.
He couldn't sit. Like he would walk kind of funny with his back two legs, then he'd go to sit and wouldn't finish the sit, so he'd kind of just hover there.
His belly seemed to be a little bit bigger than normal. That was also strange, so we made a call to the vet. They had suggested we bring him in, and we did just that. We had to get him in on an emergency visit because I called our vet. They couldn't get him in. I called 5 different vets.
We just felt like it was the kind of thing he needed to get in right away. We just felt impressed that he needed to get in right away rather than to wait until there was an opening. I think there was an opening the next day, and just thought, well, let's take him. There was like an emergency service that you could take in.
Yeah, I went and dropped him off. I just said, do the exam and then call me and let me know what needs to be done. We didn't really know what to expect. The doctor ended up calling us back and letting us know that he had what we call stones.
He formed stones in his like urinary tract, and it was making it so that he couldn't go pee. He couldn't pee.
He couldn't urinate. He said usually the typical routine for this is we will insert a catheter. It will be able to empty his bladder. There might be stones in there. We're not really sure. His immediate intention was to empty his bladder.
It really impressed on us the urgency in doing it right then, because this is the kind of thing, and I've since looked up the details on it, and it's the kind of thing that's kind of rare. Cats won't show you that they're suffering from it until it's been going on for a while, and then once they're showing you those signs of pain where he wasn't sitting and he was acting different, by then it's not that it's too late, but it's very late in the process, and it's very important that you immediately try and relieve that pressure to help him go to the bathroom and to find any stones and remove them if possible.
Told us what would need to happen. We gave the go-ahead. I just expected it to be completely routine. He started the procedure, and he said he couldn't even get the catheter placed because there were so many stones in his urethra, in his bladder. And so he called me. The vet called me and said and I didn't even know from his tone of voice. I was so shocked. And he said that we couldn't even place the catheter. He had a heart attack. And we've been doing, oh man, we've been doing CPR for 10 minutes. And I just lost it. I just turned to Brandon and I was like, oh my gosh, I started just crying, and I was like, Brandon, they're doing CPR, I don't know what to do.
She jumped up out of her seat and was immediately in tears, and I was just like, what phone call is this? Because I didn't think anything was going to be happening. So they've done CPR for about 10 minutes. So what do you want us to do? Do you want us to continue or stop? Of course we don't want you to stop. We want you to bring him back.
I asked the vet, I said, if he's your animal, what would you do? He said, I think we go for 10 more minutes.
At that point, we knew it was unlikely in the next following 10 minutes that anything would happen, but we did say a prayer because in reality, this cat had performed a miracle once, came back from the dead once. We just asked that if it'd be possible that he might perform a second miracle and come back again. Anyway.
I got another phone call, and I could tell from the tone of his voice, it wasn't positive. He said, I'm sorry, Miss Bingham, we were unable to save him. I didn't even know when I dropped him off that we wouldn't see him again.
That's a heavy story to deliver. Little Laz is no longer with us. I lived a kind of a short life, only like 5 years.
We figure he was born about the time Hazel was born.
We always said that they were kind of the two youngest, the twins at the end there, but I do want to say that the impact that he had in his little 5 years is pretty significant. I mean, he captured the attention and hearts of the entire world in a lot of ways. He brought us so much love. He was just like this crazy, strange cat that acted a lot more like a dog.
He was like a dog in a sense.
He'd follow you around, he'd lick you like crazy, just always wanted to be cuddling with you. Like he would just walk between my legs. He's been my little editing buddy who sits on my chair behind me, right behind my lower back. He just sits there as like a backrest all the time.
Through our entire journey here on YouTube.
He's been there. He's been here for all of it. And I know it's going to be really hard for a lot of you. Our hearts are with you guys as well. This is hard, heavy news. He's not with us anymore. It's been really hard for the kids. Like we didn't video any of this, obviously. We told them them.
One picture.
Yeah, when I was holding Crew. I just gotta pull it together here, guys. We were strong for the kids. I felt like we did a good job of delivering the news and staying strong. We didn't act like this because we didn't want them to see that. Crew and Ryler just lost it.
So
it's part of life, you guys. This is part of life, you know, it happens.
When we sat down to tell the kids, we had discussed if it's something we wanted to video. Just because we do invite you into our lives.
Even if it's through YouTube, if it's through video, he is a big part of people's lives, and we just wanted people to be able to go through that and grieve through that with us. But we felt like it was best not to put the kids through emotional distress and then shove a camera in their face. And I was so glad we didn't, because they really hurt.
I really didn't expect
hurt.
them to respond the way they did.
I knew Ryler would, but Crew surprised me. He was messed up the whole rest of the day. Both Ryler and Crew cried themselves to sleep. They fell asleep in tears, couldn't console themselves.
They tried to distract themselves and go outside for a minute. Crew, I was so surprised. He would just come inside, just hug us, and just cry.
Yeah, he'd take a break from friends. We thought he was coming in to go to the bathroom or grab a drink, and he would just come in and cry for a little bit and then put on a happy face and go back out. And something I gotta pull together, I'm sorry, something that we tried to explain to them and teach them, it's a good life lesson, that sadness is a part of life. You guys know a lot of time we only share like happiness and joy, and that's what our channel's all about, is positivity. But we wanted to make sure the kids understood that sadness is an okay emotion. It is part of the human experience. Being sad is part of life. And so we wanted them to feel that sadness, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to be sad.
To feel
the deep pain of loss.
Sometimes I don't allow myself to feel because it's too painful. But that's
part of life, guys.
We needed to do, and to teach them a little bit about grief. I feel like everyone handles grief in their own way. The process of that can be different for everyone. It's been interesting to see how they've handled that and processed that.
He was just ingrained into our life and embedded into every aspect of our life. So just very simple things. Immediately the next morning, the kids kept thinking that they saw him under the chair or behind them in the hallway.
Thought that a lot.
I had a really, this is so cheesy, guys. I'm not even like that major of an animal person, but I had like a crazy experience the next day where this kid was walking a dog in the front yard, and the dog, for no explainable reason, just ran up to me, put my hand out, and the dog just like wrapped both of its arms around my arm and just stared at me. Didn't move, didn't wag its tail to like get attention. It's like it was just hugging me. So weird. I just told the dog thank you. But I just felt like, I don't know, I feel like there's some communication in that world, and they could see the hurt in our family. There's a lot of little weird things like that. We do want to move forward with like some kind of a ceremony to honor him or something. So we have like a box that's being made that his ashes will go in. It says Laz on it, our miracle kitten. Really nice box. And then we have like a cool clay disc with his paw print in it.
I think that's something that will always stick in our garden. We'll just be...
We have some fun ideas of how we want to just kind of honor him with a ceremony of some kind, and we'll definitely video that so that those of you who are hurting from it can take part in that and be able to move on to.
Anyways, you guys, so this isn't the typical uplifting video from the Binghams.
I do want to say I had this video that I want to put in here. I made a video on his channel. If you guys didn't know this, he has a channel. That was like the first year of his life. It's like this year that he almost didn't have. This year that he shouldn't have had, because he should have died in the lawn that morning in the snow. And he didn't, because my brother brought him back to life. And Ryler stumbled and found him, and all these circumstances came together where he performed this miracle and came back to life. It's this crazy year of just going viral on the internet and just warming our hearts and being a part of our family and having Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these things that he wouldn't have had. It was this cool 1-year anniversary of him being brought back to life video. It's on his channel. I'm gonna go ahead and play that here as something a little more uplifting to kind of finish this off, so that we can walk away from this with the memory of all of the great things that little cat accomplished in his tiny 4 or 5 years of life here. What an awesome impact he was in our family. What a big member of our family that he was. So many great memories with that little freaking furball. We love you. Thank you for your support, your love for him. Thank you for understanding our need to handle and go through this kind of internally until we were able to share it with you, not just for us, but also for the kids. And I think that they are doing incredible, rebounding incredibly. It's been great to teach life lessons through this. And I think all in all, the end result of this will be positive. Looking for the positive in all things. There's a lot to be learned from this, and this is a part of the process of life.
Laz is a cat that will forever be part of our family. We're grateful for you guys. It's been a little bit of a bonding experience for our family to be able to rely on each other and to cry on each other's shoulders. Thank you guys for being with us. Make sure you come back tomorrow for another, hopefully it can be a little bit more uplifting than this one. Don't cry through that one, hopefully, but
I promise I won't.
I think you need a nap. You've been crying a lot.
We all have, guys. Let's finish this off on a high note, taking a look back at the first year of little Laz's life and the impact that he had on so many of us. He's goner?
No, he's alive.
No, he's alive. Oh, hi.
We are bringing a cat back to life right now, everyone. He just sits on my lap. out. You're okay.